Morning, guys. Welcome to the Academic Answers podcast. And on this podcast, we talk about personal development, happiness, business, personal finance, becoming a better person, creating the means of your own subsistence by using your God-given talent and your potential, your creator's gift to you, and getting that to a point where you learn enough and skill up enough and do enough work to create something from that, and allowing that which you have created to serve the world, and as a consequence serve you and bring you the life of happiness, a life of fulfillment, and the life of the life you dream of. And we try to come from different angles, not with new information, but from our own perspective and our own experiences, and more to remind than to instruct, so that at a point in time when you need it most, I will be here to come through for you. Because oftentimes, as one writer said, that it is when the student is ready that the teacher will appear. I will tell you the same thing for 25 years straight, but when that point in time comes when you are internally stimulated, then all that I'm telling you will finally make sense to you. And if you are somebody who is absorbing this thing in your spirit, you'll hit the ground running, and you would have shortened your learning curve, and you'd have gotten past the commitment section of it, because you would have had that content you'd have been exposed to that content for so long that it would mean much more to you, and you can piece it together quicker. Because a lot of people are coming from below that level where they actually understand how important personal development and feeding the mind is. So they are cluttered and distracted by the 60,000 messages that reach the average person every day, and it is all marketing and propaganda and media, and as a result they're never able to liberate their mindset, because they are being stimulated by everything else outside of what is important for their lives. So they are being pulled into someone else's agenda, and is being used as a tool for someone else to achieve their dreams and goals. And do remember that the people who get your attention have an agenda. They're trying to get to where you're dreaming of getting, and they are actually doing something about getting there for the most part, unless it is a circle of friends that send around videos and chats and propaganda. But outside of that, the source of these videos and chats and memes and funny stuff, the source is using it as a business. They're getting traffic to their website, they're selling ads, they're linking you to something else, they're selling you something, all that stuff. So it's one big thing that the unsuspecting masses who think they are being entertained, they're actually being used, but their common impulses are being appealed to. And as human nature, those guys who understand human nature are using it to their advantage, and there's nothing to stop you from getting on the act and stop being miserable and making excuses about your life, but actually do something about it. So this question is from a person who have a course, a coaching program course, a business course, where he does businesses. He has a business of coaching students on how to do business online. So he's an online course creator, and he markets to people, and he gets people into a membership site. And he's asking me if there is any mindset that is eluding, any mindset concept that is eluding is members, why so much of them are not making money. He has imparted the skills, he has gone step by step. Some people fall off, some people are not getting the results. He's getting the results with it. A couple of students are getting the results. So he's wondering, why is it that there is a good chunk of people who is not at least getting base results, which he says that they should be able to get if they're following his strategies, and he's kind of seeing where they are to a great extent doing it. So he's wondering something is happening in the mindset. And when it comes down to making money, and it's the same thing why businesses fail, and it's why people fail when it comes on to the money part of it. Businesses are created to provide the solutions for people who have a problem, people who have a hiccup, people who have a drawback. Businesses flourish when you solve problems. That is the whole game. If people are hungry, business provide food. It's solving the problem. People get food. And if you are able to do the business structures and the maneuvers in marketing and financing and the whole makeup of the business, you should be okay. You should be able to do it because you're solving a problem. So you have the base taken care of. There's a need in the marketplace, and you establish a business to fill that need. And these needs these days have gone so deep, like very, very deep. You have Uber solving a problem. You have people teaching just many how-to videos, facial stuff, makeup stuff, hair stuff, shoelace, how to tie shoe. Like there's so many different businesses being formed from the platform that there is a need. People in the marketplace, and because the internet have connected so much people and make it so easy for you to reach such a wide audience, we're finding that many different needs you are able to scale them to a business. Like there are guys on YouTube doing reviews, doing coupon scenarios for different big box stores and different chain stores, and they have built an audience, and they're selling stuff from the links in those videos. They're selling ad to Google is paying them money for advertising on the channel. All that sort of stuff is happening. But one of the things I have noticed with people who have coached and people who have worked with and people who want to go into business is that the first problem is that business is not an event, it's a long game. So if you get into business, you are in business. And it's funny how people don't realize that if you get into business selling cars and the car business no longer work, you don't pack up and go home if you're a real business person. I think I mentioned that on the podcast yesterday. You find a way, or you would be intelligent enough or paying enough attention to be seeing shifts and moves and where else you can go with this whole thing. Like I've noticed how the real business people transition through so many different stages. They were in hotels. For example, in the country where I'm from, in Jamaica, they were in the hotel business. The hotel business started to get competitive, and before you know it, they were real estate business. Then they were in the commodity business, and they have gone through so many different types of businesses and made them work because they were not locked into one business and just sold and done on that one business idea. They found a way to shift with the times and to catch new trends. That's the thing with business. So for example, let's say you have somebody who is attracting a lot of people to a website, for example, and people are coming to that website and they're not selling. Maybe their targeting has been wrong. Maybe the audience that they have or the product they have is not a good fit. A real business person would look at the upside that there is traffic. What can I do to supplement while I kind of tunnel down to see what's going on, why I'm not getting enough clicks? Do I need to optimize these? Do I need to change this? Do I need to run split tests? In the meantime, though, they're getting hits. So ad revenues could be there. They could be testing a lot of other content. And while that ad revenue is probably holding the fort a bit, they could probably be buying a coaching program or going into some other, looking around for someone else who has the same problem and learning from them, joining forums. The point I'm making, that business people has to have that mindset that there's no one way for this to work. My duty is to find a way to make this work. And if I've outlined a set of steps and I've gone on to try them and they don't work, I need a new set of steps that I'm going to apply. Some stuff that I'm going to employ now, that I'm going to use, that I'm going to implement. I'm going to figure out. That's the first thing. So it's how you think about yourself as a business person, as an entrepreneur. What do real entrepreneurs do? How do they approach businesses? How do they analyze their businesses? How do they take a full analysis and look at what they have going on, and how determined they are to dissect it and get to the root of what is happening. You see, real business people believe in the numbers and believe in tracking and testing and methods. They're not just throwing stuff at the wall. They are trying to find a systematic way to do things so that their incomes can be predictable and their business can be scalable. Otherwise, you get into this business and you are in the cloud and bogged down in the numbers, and you don't know how to look at your data and find a way, learn how to analyze your data and how to run tests and to split tests and to change things and to shift things to move towards the results you want. That's one. I'll give you two. The second point is that, and it's connected to the first point too. The second point is that the reason why people, and this is the biggest point, I mean, this gets so many people all the time. Remember, I told you that businesses are created to solve problems. The ones that will survive solve problems, and they have a way of connecting with their customers and building a brand that makes them attractive and top of mind for their customers, providing that service and that product and that quality and that relationship with the market that gives them a solid hold on their share of the market, for want of a better term. The reason why most people or most businesses don't make money is because it's all about the money. The reason why most people or businesses don't make money is because it's all about the money. If you're only after the money, you will be distracted. You will totally get frustrated. You will miss entirely the needs of the market, of your customers. You're chasing the next dollar so much that you will miss opportunities to learn more, to shift, to go further, to make important connections, to take care of your customers. Because if money is all you're after, sooner or later the quality of your product start to get affected. Sooner or later the customer service start to fall off. Sooner or later you get so frustrated in the down times that you start to miss real opportunities to look over your business and to do the right thing by the market and by your customers. You will miss the opportunity to do the right thing by your market and by your customers because you're chasing money too much. And even businesses that get too big and have a board that is so caught up in revenues, they end up missing the long game. And if you miss the long game, you won't survive in business. It's a longer game where the customers are your bosses. They are the ones you are there for. You're here to solve problems. Your focus is to do that well, and the money will be incidental. I know it. I understand. The main goal of a company is to bring revenues and to secure a positive return on investment for investors. I get that. that's all well and good. You can say that in the boardroom. You can shove that down your manager's throat all you want. I am telling you that if you go back and you look at all the companies in history who are not responsive to the needs of the marketplace, who don't take care of their customers, or is too pompous and too big to hear, to listen, to learn, they miss it. We see it happening with so many customers, where the market shift, the customers are have a different taste, the customer want more, and there's no way anybody's responding, or there's no way anybody's capturing that information, and overnight this company just goes out of business because they're not adaptable, and they don't have their customers' interest and foresight and for want of a better word, their customers' desires at heart. They don't know what's going on when it comes on to the customer. I get it. I get that inventions come along and it just woo people and people go into it. But if that is happening, it means that some need was out there that was not being filled properly, and somebody came about and is doing a better job. You have to make sure you do that. So that's one of the biggest reasons. The reason why people don't make money and businesses don't continue to make money is because it's all about the money. You gotta shift that mindset to serving the marketplace and building your business a solid foundation that will guarantee that revenue comes in, because you're so good supplying the demand and catering to the request of your customers. And furthermore, you have to understand your business. You have to go deep into your business, and you have to be a real entrepreneur who look on all the data, who do the full analysis and find a way to shift, to tweak, and to change. Give it time. Don't put yourself in the toughest of circumstances where you cannot afford to give it time. Do your best to ride it out where you can actually stay motivated to give your business the analytical attention it needs. So run those two by your people, and you absorb that if you don't have people who you try to help for yourself. Understanding business, understanding how entrepreneurs operate, having the real intelligence to take the real analytical look at your business, and not being all about the money. Those are my 2 tips and pointers for you. Hope they help you. Hope they give somebody some value. Thank you so much for coming here. Thanks for listening. Loan Motivator Car. Reach out to me on social media. Happy to have your questions. Thanks so much for your comments. Thanks for your support. Have a good day.